What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel, welcome back to the driveway, and welcome back in our old friend, the old street tractor. Look at her, she's looking good. Alright, so previous videos we've mentioned that we're doing some more racing going into October this year at Dyno Camp. Well, they have some rules and regulations that we have to abide by in order for the truck to go down track, to do sled pulling, any of that. So today is step one of the safety protocols that we need to tackle on this truck. So let me go ahead and show you a product that we got from my guys over at 59 Fab. That's right, boys, we got ourselves a front drive shaft hoop. You might be telling yourself, why do I need a front drive shaft hoop? Aside from the racing aspect of it and keeping the drive shaft itself contained into one particular area, there's a number of benefits to having a drive shaft hoop. One, if you've ever been under your truck where the drive shaft is, you see a lot of things that can be impacted if the front U-joint goes or the rear yoke decides to drop out. Well, truck's still going down the highway, and what's that drive shaft doing? It's still spinning. So let me go ahead and show you what you can destroy in the process. All right, so here's your front drive line on your second gen. All right, so let's say the back side of it decides to want to snap, right? Well, it falls. Where's it going? Right into the transmission pan. Or if it keeps flopping around, it's going upward. It's going to hit the side here, mess up the fuel lines, brake lines, goes into the cab possibly. Now you go to the front, it breaks. Let's say one of the straps here decides to want to loosen up, back off, U-joint walks out. Well, you got that oil pan right there as well. Side of the block could run up and hit the starter potentially, bell housing. All these components can be damaged. Now, this product is not going to prevent front drive shaft failure. It's not, because it's basic maintenance at that point. U-joints, the drive shaft itself. Is it out of balance coming out of the T-case? Is there a front axle issue, front differential issue? All these components must be checked. You must retorque everything. I mean, especially if you've ever had it dropped, you want to go ahead and put it back together and retorque. So all these things need to be checked. But this right here will prevent, hopefully, as much damage as possible, and also it won't cause it to fly out from under the truck, potentially cause the truck to do a old wheelie or something like that, or throw it completely out of the truck and run into somebody else's vehicle. So there's always a safety aspect to it, and it's always a smart thing. Again, these trucks are 20 plus years old, man. There is some wear, trust me, there is some wear. So we're going to go ahead and get into the components, tools, everything we need to get this installed. Just to go over the tooling we're going to need. So grab yourself an impact, or you can do this with a ratchet, it's up to you. Wobble sockets are not needed, but you can use those. So 15 and a 13, and you're going to need that again, 15 and 13, and your torque wrench. That's it, boys. The beautiful thing about this whole kit, well, let's be honest, I don't need to weld it in. So that is a massive plus. This is a complete bolt-on kit. It's a very stout unit from what I can see, CNC'd, everything's perfect. I'm going to go and show you where it gets mounted on the truck, and we're going to go ahead and do a time lapse to the install, then we'll go through the torque procedures like we do everything else around here. Boys, under the truck here, so you're going to locate this bolt, which is a 14 mil, and if it's still there, this one as well, and they're held in place with basically these little speed nuts. You're not going to reuse these because these are absolute trash. They're not going to hold any sort of torque. There you go, focus. So we're going to go ahead and knock that 14 mil bolt out, take the other speed nut out as well, and then we're going to go ahead and start the time lapse. Now, if you've never dropped the old skid plate, it may not be a horrible idea just to take a minute, take a spackle blade, and just clean off God knows how many years of crud. There you go. Isn't that like appealing, like pleasurable damn near? I mean, come on, you're seeing all that road crap and oil and just coming right off. I don't know. But yeah, take your time now. Clean this panel up real good. Paint it if you have to. Now, while you're under here, I would highly recommend, if you haven't done it in a while, check the torque on your U-joint strap bolts as well as your flange bolt for the yoke on the front drive shaft. You're already there. You might as well go ahead and do it. I'll put torque specs right here so you guys can go ahead and take a look at that. Pause the video so you have the torque spec. Just go ahead and tackle that now, because again, one less thing to worry about going down the road. right, so now into the torquing procedure, which again, if you're using an impact, you probably already hit it, but it's 53 foot-pounds for the larger 15 mil, and then it's actually 19 foot-pounds for the 13 mil bolt. That's pretty much it. So let's go ahead and take a look at the final product. So there you guys have the install. It's pretty cut and dry. Again, the beautiful thing about it is, unlike any other drive shaft hoop out there, you usually have to weld those in place. Those right there bolt right to the skid plate framing. It's solid mounted. I mean, you can hang off of that thing and you're not gonna have to worry about your front drive shaft. If it decides to want to go, it's not going to impact any of the high dollar items. Now, I can tell you, if you've watched the complete video at this point, if there is an issue where the drive shaft fails, just stop. If you're at the track, if you're driving down a road, you hear clunk, and you hear what sounds like basically metal just clunking against each other, do not keep driving. Get off the side of the road as soon as possible so you can get that vehicle taken care of, get that front drive shaft pulled so you can keep going down the road. So we're going to go and finish out the video there, guys. Do what you always do. Like, share, subscribe. P-Pump the world. Link for this will be right in the description below, so you guys can go out there to 59 Fabrications. Get yourself one today, boys, because you're going to need it. You're going to need it. See you in the next one.